I was thinking about the movie 300 the other day, and honestly, I have no idea why, because I'm pretty sure I saw it exactly once, way back when it came out, and that was really enough for me. It dramatizes the event called the Battle of Thermopylae, where exactly 300 Spartan soldiers faced an impenetrable force that were known as the Immortals. This infinite number of Persian warriors that it was said as soon as you killed one, another one came in its place, and that's why they were known as the Immortals. But the scene that stuck out to me from that movie has nothing to do with the battle itself or anything else. It has to do with King Leonidas encountering a lowly shepherd named Ephialtes. And what happens in that scene is Ephialtes was born a Spartan, but Spartans had such a high caliber for quality of what counted for a human being and what counted as a Spartan. So Ephialtes will say in the scene, it was because of my mother's love for me that she took me out of Sparta, that I couldn't be there any longer because I knew I would be thrown in the rubbish heap. And King Leonidas looks at this disfigured Spartan, and he sees him in this armor, the same crimson cape that he wears, the same, not a whole lot of other armor going on. And he's holding this shield and this spear, and yet he looks nothing like this Adonis of a man in King Leonidas. He's hunched over and he can't lift his shield. He's got a good thrust with his spear, but the shield he can't lift any higher than a few inches. And Leonidas looks at him and says, he hears his heart, his desire to be a soldier, and he says, Ephialtes, lift your shield, raise your shield. And Ephialtes struggles, he tries as best he can, but he can't get the shield up more than a few inches because of the severe hunch in his back, and I assume muscular disfiguration as well. And King Leonidas explains to him, son, your father should have taught you about our phalanx. What makes our fighting style so strong is that every soldier is responsible for guarding the soldier next to him with his shield, for protecting him from neck to thigh. And that it's your job to protect the person next to you. And because you can't do that, I can't have you fighting on the front lines with us. And that's the strength of the Spartan army, was every one of those soldiers looked out for every one of the others because they knew that the battle they were fighting was more important than any one of their individual lives. And that's the strength and the beauty of God's church as well, that we are created to fight this battle that's not about us. We're created to fight a battle that's about His kingdom and setting God above everything else, even above our very own lives. And just as Leonidas had to defeat or had to put down Ephialtes' desire to be a soldier, we have to humble ourselves and take on whatever role God may have set out for us individually, because He's gifted each one of us with unique talents and treasures to be used for His kingdom in a very specific way. And King Leonidas is very, very diplomatic about it. He says, I can't have you on the front lines because that's not your gifting. He says, he lists off a number of other jobs that Ephialtes could do. But Ephialtes doesn't take on the humble attitude. He takes on this idea that I want to be a soldier, I need to be a soldier, and if nothing else, well, you would have to watch the movie to find out what happens. But Philippians 2 verses 3 and 4, Paul tells us that we need to humble ourselves. And in that humility, we need to count others as more important than ourselves. That we need to set God's church above our own personal interests and to raise our shields, to lay down our lives for each other, to go out of our way to help our neighbor, to love our neighbor as ourselves. And that's what I want to call you to today, is to lay down your own life, to raise up your shield, to help those who are next to you, who are faltering right now. You might feel like Ephialtes. You might feel unseen, forgotten, useless, or a liability. But God has gifted you with specific gifts that you can use in such a time as this. You might not be able to pay somebody's rent, but maybe you can go pick up groceries for somebody. You might not be able to pick up groceries, maybe you can pay somebody's rent. Or maybe you can just send somebody an encouraging card saying, hey, I'm praying for you today. And that is the single most important thing that you can do, is to pray for people, because we know that God's word and God's power is stronger than anything on this earth. Maybe you do feel like a Spartan. You feel like you've trained all your life for this, and you're just now coming into your element and realizing, this is what I was made for. We need you. Simply put, we all need each other. We need to be ready and willing to give help, but we also need to be ready and willing to ask for help. That's Oslin's family rule number 6, is to ask for and to receive help. Follow rule number 6. Don't be shy to ask for help. We need each other right now. We need each other all the time. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And please, if you're in a position to help somebody else, please do so. Follow rule number 6. If you are willing to help, or if you are in need of help right now, go to mefc.org/help. We've set up a form there where you can sign up to either receive help or to give help, or both. Maybe you can help in an area, but you also need some help in an area. Please go there, mefc.org/help, and you can sign up to be part of our care team, to be part of our benevolence team, to go out and help others who are in need in this crisis. Thank you for tuning in. We're here for you. We're here with you. We care about you.